The birthday party. Donald Duck's nephews invited Mickey Mouse's nephews, Morty and Ferdy, to their birthday party. The twin mice were thrilled, bouncing with excitement as they showed Mickey the invitation card, which was decorated with balloons and confetti. "You were sent home for fighting from the last party," Mickey frowned, crossing his arms. "If you are sent home this time, I shall be very cross. You'll go to bed without any supper." Morty and Ferdy exchanged nervous glances. They had gotten into trouble at the last party, but it wasn't entirely their fault. It was Goofy's son, Max, who had started it by spilling juice all over Ferdy's new sweater. Of course, things had escalated from there, but they had learned their lesson. "We'll be good, Uncle Mickey," they promised in unison, nodding eagerly. Mickey studied them for a moment before sighing and patting their heads. "All right, off you go, have fun, but remember, behave." The twins grabbed their party hats and rushed out the door, eager to join the festivities. However, they had barely been gone for 10 minutes when the front door creaked open again. Morty and Ferdy shuffled inside, looking confused and dejected. Mickey, who had just settled into his chair with a newspaper, gaped at them in disbelief. "You've been sent home already," he exclaimed, dropping the paper. "You are a disgrace." "But Uncle Mickey," Morty began. Silence. Mickey snapped, his face turning red. "You go straight to bed." "But Uncle Mickey," "Well, Ferdy, don't argue with me." "Off you go," Mickey said, pointing upstairs. Knowing there was no use arguing further, the twins trudged up to their bedroom. They exchanged puzzled looks as they climbed into bed, still wearing their party hats. Mickey, still fuming, grabbed his coat and stomped over to Donald Duck's house. He knocked briskly, and within seconds, Donald opened the door. "I'm so sorry my nephews behaved badly, Donald," Mickey apologized with a sigh. "You must have had no choice but to send them home, but I promise I'll talk to them again." Donald blinked, his beak slightly open in confusion. "What are you talking about, Mickey?" he asked, scratching his head. Mickey frowned. "You sent Morty and Ferdy home from the party, didn't you?" Donald's puzzled expression deepened. "Mickey, the party is tomorrow." Mickey felt his stomach drop. "Oh," he gulped. He suddenly felt very foolish. "I must rush. Donald, I'm needed at home." He sprinted back to his house, dashed inside, and bolted upstairs to the twins' bedroom. "I'm sorry, boys," he murmured, feeling a deep pang of guilt. "It was a mistake. You can get up now." The room was silent. Morty and Ferdy were hunched under their blankets, their faces hidden. They didn't move. They didn't say a word. Mickey stepped closer, his ears drooping. "Come on, fellas, I know I was too hasty. Let me make it up to you." Still nothing, Mickey sighed, rubbing the back of his neck. "How about we go to the cinema?" Instantly, the blankets flew off, and the twins leapt out of bed. Hooray, they cheered. We forgive you. Mickey chuckled, shaking his head. You two are something else. Later that evening, Mickey took Morty and Ferdy to the town's grand cinema. The building was decorated with twinkling lights, and colorful posters lined the walls, advertising the latest animated films. The twins bounced with excitement as they looked at the options. Can we watch Space Explorers? Morty asked, pointing at a poster of two adventurous astronauts. No, let's watch The Great Pirate Adventure. Ferdy countered, gesturing to another poster featuring a daring pirate mouse swinging from a ship's mast. Mickey laughed. How about I get us popcorn first, and then you can decide. The twins agreed, and Mickey went to the snack counter. He ordered a large bucket of popcorn, two sodas, and some caramel candy. When he returned, the twins had finally reached a decision. We'll watch Space Explorers, they said in unison. Mickey handed them their snacks. All right, let's get our seats. The cinema was filled with families, and the air buzzed with excitement. The trio found their seats in the middle row, where they had a perfect view of the giant screen. As the movie started, the twins were glued to the action. The film followed two astronauts, one a brave young mouse, and the other a curious rabbit as they traveled through space, discovering new planets and encountering strange creatures. Midway through the movie, Mickey glanced at the twins. They were completely engrossed, their eyes wide with wonder as they munched on popcorn. Mickey smiled to himself, relieved that they had forgiven him. After the movie ended, the trio stepped out the cool night air. The sky was clear, and stars twinkled above them. That was awesome, Morty declared. I want to be an astronaut now. Ferdy added. Mickey chuckled. You'd change your dreams every week. As they walked toward home, they passed by a small park where a street magician was performing tricks. A small crowd had gathered around him, watching in amazement as he pulled a never-ending string of scarves from his hat. Can we watch? Morty asked eagerly. Sure, Mickey said. The magician noticed them and grinned. Ah, I see we have some young adventurers here. He pulled out a deck of cards and shuffled them expertly. Would you like to help with a trick? Morty and Ferdy's faces lit up. Yes. The magician handed Morty a card and told him to memorize it. Then he placed it back in the deck, shuffled the cards, and with a quick snap of his fingers, pulled Morty's card right from his sleeve. Whoa! Morty gasped. Ferdy's turn was next. The magician handed him a handkerchief and asked him to hold it tightly. With a dramatic wave of his hand, the handkerchief suddenly transformed into a bouquet of flowers. The twins were amazed. How did you do that? Ferdy asked. A magician never reveals his secrets, the magician said with a wink. Mickey chuckled and handed the magician a coin as a tip. That was wonderful. Thank you. As they finally headed home, Morty and Ferdy chattered excitedly about the magic tricks and the movie. Mickey felt relieved. The day had started with a misunderstanding, but it had ended with laughter and joy. Tomorrow, Mickey said, ruffling the twins' hair, you'll actually go to the birthday party. Just double check the date next time, okay? Morty and Ferda laughed. You should double check yourself, Uncle Mickey. Mickey grinned. Fair enough. As they entered the house, Morty and Ferda raced upstairs, still buzzing with excitement. Mickey, smiling to himself, sat down with a sigh. He had learned his lesson not to be so hasty, and he had a feeling Morty and Ferda had learned something too, that sometimes a mistake could lead to an even better adventure.